So, hello everybody, this is Bhante Joe here, and I'm just here at the top of a mountain, little hill I guess, close to the monastery, and thought to record a short Dhamma discussion for the internet. So I thought that could start with a little meditation, so I can lean forward a little bit and arch the spine, and look about 3 feet in front, and close our eyes. And can think thoughts of goodwill, wishing may all beings to my right be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings to my right be happy and at ease. And can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right-hand side and our left-hand side. Wishing may all beings to my right and my left be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right-hand side, our left-hand side, and in front. May all beings to my right, my left, and in front be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right-hand side, our left-hand side, in front, behind, in all 4 directions. May all beings in all 4 directions be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right-hand side, our left-hand side, in front, behind, and above. May all beings in all 4 directions and above be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can spread thoughts of goodwill to our right-hand side, our left-hand side, in front, behind, above, below, all around in every direction everywhere. May all beings all around in every direction everywhere be happy and at ease. May they put in place the causes necessary to be happy and at ease. And we can make the mind infinite, can make it unbounded, all the way to the ends of the universe and beyond, in every dimension. May all beings all around everywhere be happy and at ease. And can open our eyes and do a short Dhamma discussion for the internet. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. So hope that everybody's having a great day wherever it might be. And came up to the top of this mountain, which is a lovely view, and had received some questions not long ago, which were good ones, and so thought to record a short Dhamma discussion based on them. So had been asked, are Anapanasati and the Satipatanas the same thing? And the Buddha kind of describes Anapanasati, which means mindfulness of breathing, as something that can bring the four satipatanas to fulfillment. So the four satipatanas are the four things that one can use as an object of one's focus. And Bhante, who is a very esteemed scholar monk, he actually describes the four satipatanas as one of the complete teachings, like a way that the Buddha breaks up all of realities. And it's kind of the body, feelings, the mind, and mental qualities. It's kind of all of reality. Our reality, a person's reality, can be described in terms of those things. So when practicing the four satipatanas, one learns to use them to focus on them in a particular way, so that they bring about progress in the Dhamma, bring about dispassion, bring about release, bring about wholesome qualities like the jhanas. So these, if one focuses on these elements in the way that the Buddha recommends, then progress in the Dhamma is the result. So Anapanasati is a particular meditation technique that can come underneath, or it can be categorized under the four satipatanas. So the Buddha says that Anapanasati brings the four satipatanas to fulfillment because the in and out breath he describes as a body among bodies. And some teachers teach quite a lot about this, that there's a lot to explore with the in and out breath, more than just the air coming in and out of the lungs, but there's an energetic aspect to the breath that one can learn to be sensitive to the way that energy flows throughout the body with the breath. So this breath wouldn't just be air coming in and out of the lungs, but it would also involve the energy system within the body that results from in and out breathing. Some kind of places call it chi or prana. And being able to understand the way that flows, how the breath affects it, and how it's affected by how one's breathing is affected by one's emotions and vice versa. There's quite a lot to explore there. One can learn how to calm the energy in the body, how to calm the breathing in the body, how to make the breathing feel really good, really lovely, really beautiful. So there's quite a lot to explore here in this kind of body among bodies that the Buddha describes. And so when one learns to focus on the breath in and of itself, the Buddha says that one is at that time focusing on the body. He says when one learns to focus in and out, on the in and out breath, generating rapture, generating pleasure, these kind of feelings, then one is focusing on feelings in and of themselves. And and these various things as well for kind of mind and mental qualities, when one knows, I guess, when one focuses on the in and out breath in such a way that one knows the state of one's mind, and when one focuses on the in and out breath, maybe contemplating inconstancy, contemplating impermanence, then these are ways that one can use the in and out breath to focus on the mind and mental qualities respectively. So underneath the four satipatanas, you can categorize ways of using this meditation technique, the in and out breathing, in the various elements of the four satipatanas. So you can categorize it under body, you can categorize it under feelings, you can categorize it under the mind, and you can categorize it under mental qualities. So a follow-up question that was asked was, are what are Samatha and vipassana basically, and are they the same as Anapanasati and the four satipatanas? So Samatha and vipassana are these words that often get used, and they're often used to divide different types of meditation objects. So Samatha objects are ones that are said to lead to calm, kind of that basically one is just focusing just on that, and is more or less not doing a lot of investigation, a lot of directed thinking, and contemplating, trying to generate perceptions. The other type of meditation objects, one is actually trying to generate perceptions, kind of counter the usual perceptions one has, and bring up perceptions contrary to that for the sake of generating dispassion and generating release from the things that one is contemplating, more or less. So these two types of meditation objects often get divided as the ones that are just mainly focused on one thing, leading to calm, as samatha, and the others that are mainly focused on generating insight, leading to dispassion and release, are vipassana. This is the classic way those two things are defined. In the suttas, it's basically defined almost as qualities of mind. It's kind of seems more or less so that there's one sutta where the Buddha says if one is not doesn't have good vipassana, basically, then go ask somebody who has good vipassana, how are you developing this? If one doesn't have good samatha, then go ask somebody who has good samatha, how are you developing this? How are you developing calm? How do you steady the mind? How do you make the mind calm and peaceful, more or less? And if one doesn't have good vipassana, you will go up and ask the person, how should kind of phenomenon be viewed, type of thing. Kind of, how do you basically view it with impermanence? How do you generate dispassion towards it, more or less? Just paraphrasing here, using whatever topics one might use. And then there's other ones where the Buddha also describes samatha and vipassana as a pair of messengers that inform the mind when it's released, when there's kind of a release has happened. And there's also other suttas which say that to develop the jhanas, one needs to basically have samatha and vipassana, and also to reach release, one needs to have samatha and vipassana. So these are not necessarily in the suttas kind of strict definitions that are totally separate, like vipassana and samatha being separate. They're two qualities that aid one another, that qualities of mind that are present when one is meditating. The samatha is the more calm quality of mind, and the vipassana is the investigative or discerning kind of quality of mind that one can bring to the fore. So this is why even if one is doing, for example, Anapanasati, then one learns to evaluate the breath. If one is using it to generate calm, one learns to evaluate, how do I make it calmer? How do I make my mind more peaceful? And this is the vipassana aspect. If one can keep one's mind just on the breath and not let it wander to other things, this is the samatha aspect. So these two qualities of mind are present in the practice of Anapanasati. And to practice it well. Similar, on the other hand, if one is practicing Anapanasati to contemplate impermanence, then one would be more active in looking at how the out-breath ceases, arises and ceases, possibly extrapolating from that this in and out breath rises and ceases, it's not permanent. And so the rest of the body can't be permanent. If the rest of the body isn't permanent, how can it be mine? And so one uses these meditation objects to generate alternate perceptions. So depending on what one focuses on, how one focuses on Anapanasati, then these two qualities are going to be there in different strengths. And similarly for the four satipatanas, it depends what one is focusing on and how one is focusing on it. If one is focusing on a particular element, a particular topic, the four satipatanas, using Bhante's definition, basically divide, almost anything a person could experience could come under the four satipatanas. But approaching them in such a way that it leads to progress in the Dhamma. So in other words, approaching them using the categories and topics that the Buddha gives to approach them by. So in that case, if one is focusing in on, say, the mind in and of itself, if one is trying to evaluate whether the mind is kind of trying to evaluate whether this kind of mind is impermanent, is it mine, is it not, then one is going to be using more kind of vipassana aspects to see how consciousness arises, how the various qualities of mind arise and then cease. They're kind of not something that belongs to one. If one is trying to calm and steady the mind and kind of trying to, say, focus on the themeless concentration, just kind of be aware and generate calm that way, then one is going to be using more of a kind of samatha aspect. That quality of mind would be more present. And similarly, if one is using any other meditation topic that would come under one of these categories, it would depend how one is using it, the degree to which samatha and vipassana are present in one's use of that topic. So in other words, samatha and vipassana, these qualities of mind, they apply to Anapanasati. They also apply to the 4 frames of references, the 4 satipatanas. And the degree to which they apply, the strength and the proportions in which they're given, depend on how one approaches them. So just to summarize, Anapanasati is a subset of the 4 satipatanas. It's something that can be used to, what the Buddha calls, bring them to fulfillment, but it doesn't have the same range of description as the 4 satipatanas. And samatha and vipassana are qualities of mind that one brings to the practice of Anapanasati. One brings to the practice of satipatthana, whatever satipatthana one is using, to try to move forward in the Dhamma and lead towards release, lead towards the end of the Buddhist goal. So thought to record a short Owada based on those questions. It was some good questions, thought-provoking questions, and hope that everybody has a great day wherever it might be, and wishing you all the blessings of Dhamma practice. Pati Pati Saranai.